Okay. Well then. Guess we're back to this, huh? Well, hey guys, my name's Junior. Welcome to another episode of Bad End Theater. This is gonna be episode 2 of this game, I guess you could say. Where we were last left off, we were trying to, figure out the story for this, what's going on. Because, well, clearly, yeah, for the maiden, she's supposed to be, supposedly with the Overlord, but I don't know what's going on, but right. So we're just gonna do this and then play as the Overlord. Why not? So let's go. Okay, it says you are the Overlord. You live at a castle surrounded by your demon servants. It's a pretty cushy life, you think. Except for those pesky humans who keep killing members of your army. There's even a role called Hero, whose whole purpose in life is just to dethrone you. What's their deal anyway? You've actively avoided pissing off the humans in hopes they'll leave you and your army alone, but they never do. You're still new to the whole Overlord thing. If you're being quite honest with yourself, you really don't understand the politics of it. But you remind yourself everyone is just doing their best to fulfill their roles. You won't let them bait you into being the evil overlord they expect, okay? You think you're pretty cool and mature to hold yourself to the higher standard like that. One of your underlings walks into your room, totally interrupting your thoughts about how awesome you are. Okay? They're saying something about how boring it is to stand in one place guarding the castle all the time, especially since no one ever comes here anyway. You see their point, but the way they're whining about it kind of bothers you. What to do with this underling? So tell them to get back to work. That was what we were seeing from the underling's perspective. Okay, so you know what? What happens if we grant the day off? You tell them to take a break from the stifling castle atmosphere and refresh their dark soul. A day off should be fine once in a while. Okay? They thank you and happily scurry off to do who knows what. You have nothing better to do today, so you decide to nap for a little while. Being the Overlord sure is great. Okay, cool. You awake to a knock on your door. The underling from earlier brought back some company. It's a maiden from the nearby human village. She says her role is to be captured by you. Okay, now we're getting progression, fine. The maiden then goes on to say that she's been getting very impatient thinking about her impending capture, so she's come here to speed things along. You appreciate her honesty, but regret to inform her you never had any plans to capture any humans. She seems very disappointed by this. Perhaps I'm not performing my role well enough. How can I become more maiden-like? You don't really understand the question. You think this world puts way too much focus on destiny and junk. Just go home and stop worrying about it, you tell her. The maiden seems to be having a hard time wrapping her head around this. She insists that she stays and talks to you more. You feel warm inside as she looks into your eyes. This is the first time a human has looked to you without contempt. You wonder what to say. Tell her she'd better go home or let her stay a while. You know what? Let's be the good Overlord. You can't bring yourself to send the maiden away. She just got here. You enjoy a nice long chat with her, sharing stories about your kind. She expresses her surprise that demons are not at all what she expected them to be. You're glad that she seems to have an open mind about these kinds of things. You also bring up how you always instruct your army to avoid humans, as not to agitate them and get heroes sent out after you. That explains why the people of my village has been left unharmed. It's because of your orders, isn't it? We are very grateful. You're very surprised to hear her thank you. You've always thought of humans to be violent and unreasonable. That's why your servants are always getting killed, despite your efforts to leave them alone. But this maiden is different. You joke that maybe you've been lying to her this whole time and that you were actually super evil all along. The maiden laughs at that, saying she wouldn't mind being held captive here. The people in our village are a little exhausting at times, she says. You can't tell if she's into you or not. You're interrupted by another human in your doorway. This time, it's a hero. Okay, that's us. Shoot. Well. He was apparently searching for the maiden, who was rumored to have been captured by your kind. Captured? Not at all. I only wanted to meet with the Overlord. Didn't anyone read the note I left behind? After everything is explained, the hero expresses his relief that this whole misunderstanding hadn't led to any horrible consequences. The maiden apologizes for causing trouble, and the hero asks her to return to the village with him. Confusing feelings well up inside your heart. You're surprised that you had one of those to begin with. You don't want the hero to take this maiden away from you. Oh shoot. Keep her here, which that's gonna be possessive, which means she's gonna die or someone's gonna die. And then let them go. You know what? Let them go. Let's see what's going to happen. You're certain that she'll return to spend more time with you. You just have to trust in that, you decide. With the maiden and hero god, you plop down into the comfort of your luxurious overlord bed. Your room feels so empty now. Is this loneliness? You hope your new friend will be back soon. You close your eyes for a while, until your door slams shut. Well then. Before you know it, everything around you is being engulfed by flames. What's going on? You try to escape, but something's blocking the door. You're having trouble forcing it open. What is this? Someone didn't want you getting out. Okay. Right. Are you being usurped? They have zero foresight. What castle will they rule from if this will burns? You don't want to believe that your underlings have betrayed you, but this is no accident. Those ungrateful jerks, or whatever you want to call them. It clearly says here, I know, but yeah. You choke out the thick black smoke from the fire. You can't believe you're being alone. You're being done in by a bunch of cowards. You'll see them in hell. Oh, okay, well. Shoot. Burned Overlord N. Okay, but maybe something good happened to the hero and the maiden, which I actually want to see their perspective. Okay. Let's see. So this. I wonder. So, you know what? We're gonna play as a hero, right? I think. You know what? No. Yeah, we're playing as the maiden, all right? Okay, you are a maiden. Yeah, you live in the peaceful. Yeah, fine. Introduce yourself. You tell the demon your name and explain that you're a maiden from the village. You tell them that you were thinking maybe you could understand your role better if you were to hurry up and get taken away by a demon already. The demon didn't seem to have really been listening to you, which is a little irritating. Oh, so he's not attacking her this time. Okay, cool, because he's not hungry. Right. They agreed to take you to their master nonetheless. After a long walk to the castle, you are introduced to the Overlord. You explain why you've come, and she squints at you. It turns out she never had any plans to capture maidens, or to do anything else that would agitate the humans. You wonder for a moment if she might be lying, but it doesn't really seem like it. Still, this doesn't make any sense to you. You've always been told that demons would one day seek you out, and something awful would happen. Then a hero would come to your rescue. You don't want to believe you've been lied to all along. Maybe it's just that you haven't been maiden-like enough. Okay, it says, you ask the Overlord what you should do to be a more suitable maiden, but she doesn't seem to understand. Just go home and stop worrying about destiny so much, alright? She makes it sound so simple. The Overlord seems like the complete opposite of you. You want to learn more about her and how she thinks. You insist on staying to talk with her more. The Overlord shares many stories about demons with you, and little by little, you realize they might not be the ruthless monsters you were raised to believe. As it turns out, she commanded her demons to avoid towns and villages. Oh, okay, cool. She didn't want to risk giving the humans any excuse to send a hero out after them. You realize that must be why you've never heard of any demons attacking your town. You express your gratitude to the Overlord on behalf of your village. She says you can thank her by telling the humans to stop raising heroes. She's tired of her servants getting killed off by them. You always thought demons were violent and unreasonable creatures, but it seems the Overlord could say the same of humans. You may be different, but really they're just trying to live their lives the same as you. You feel like you're starting to understand things a lot better. But maybe everything I've said was to deceive you and the other humans. What would you do if I turned out to be super evil all along? Even if she were to capture you now, you think this place is far more interesting than the way things are back home. You kind of like not being told to expect demons to come after you all the time. You feel free. Honestly, you've always kept to yourself, but spending time with this Overlord has been very nice. You feel butterflies in your stomach. Ah, okay. As you think that, a hero enters the room. Yep, there we are again. You're surprised to see him at first, until you realize he must have been sent to retrieve you. Confused, the hero asks you what's going on. You explain the situation, reassuring him that you were never in any danger. The hero expresses his relief that this whole misunderstanding hadn't led to any horrible consequences. You apologize for causing trouble, but really, didn't anyone read the note you left? Jeez. The hero asks if you'll return to the village with him to give everyone the news of your safety. The Overlord allows the two of you to leave, and you give her a little wave as you exit the room. You'll be back soon. Well, we'll see. I hope that she won't get into any trouble. You're about halfway back to the village when you feel something is off. Unable to shake your concern, you look back over your shoulder. Oh, great. You gotta be kidding me. You stop in your tracks. The castle is engulfed in flames. Is the Overlord alright? You can't return to the village like this. You have to know. You have to be sure everyone is safe. You've already taken off before the hero can even think of stopping you. Well, okay. You scan the fleeing demons, but the Overlord isn't among them. Against your better judgment, you rush into the burning castle to find her. You quickly reach the Overlord's room, but the door is shut tight. The handle is too hot to touch. Well, that's not good. You're too weak to force it open. You pound your fists against the door helplessly. What were you thinking? This is all because you've forgotten your role. Only a hero could pull this kind of thing off. You start to cough. The smoke is too thick. You can hardly breathe. You realize you haven't got much time left now. You desperately head towards the stairs to save yourself. But the fire spread faster than you expected. You won't make it outside. You can't help but laugh. What a joke. A maiden saving the Overlord? If you just stayed true to your role, things wouldn't have ended like this. This is exactly the kind of punishment you deserve. You let the demon fire cleanse your rotten soul. Wow. Okay. This says Selfless Maiden NB. Huh. Okay, so that means there's two other sides, maybe. I don't know. Well. Well. I want to see from the hero's perspective. Okay, yeah, you're the hero. Okay, sure. We saw this before. Plead like a coward. Yeah, so that. Ask if they'll let you in. Okay. Oh. Okay, it says, the Overlord and Maiden seem to be in the middle of a... Wait. Hang on. Wait, give me a second. Yeah, okay. The Overlord and Maiden seem to be in the middle of some casual conversation when you barge in. Okay. It says you all look at each other in surprise and confusion. This is no time to hesitate. Destroy the Overlord, or ask the Maiden what's going on. Ask the Maiden what's going on. The Maiden explains that she was never actually captured, and that she came here on her own violation. That was a pretty dangerous thing of her to do, but no one got hurt, so at least there's that. You ask her to return to town with you, to reassure everyone of her safety. The Overlord allows the two of you to leave, and you casually exit the castle. You try to make conversation with the Maiden, but she's been pretty quiet since leaving the Overlord's room. Is she shy? She suddenly stops in her tracks, and you turn your head to ask her what the deal was. Oh, yeah, of course. Oh, the Overlord's castle is engulfed in flames. You can't help but feel relief you got the Maiden out of there when you did, but she suddenly takes off toward the burning castle. Panic sets in and you follow to try to stop her. Oh, so he did go after her. Okay, well, the smoke is so thick, you've already lost sight of her. What is she thinking? It's too dangerous to continue, you feel hopeless. You stand alone at the castle gates, your body won't allow you to take another step forward. No, going in there would be suicide. You'll return to the villagers and tell them there was nothing you could do. You were too late. The Maiden was claimed by the demons. But she died by the fire. So right, bystander hero NB. Okay. What if... Oh. Okay, cool. Oh, so now we got heroic. Okay, cool. Let's see. You know what? I'm kind of curious. What would happen if he's disloyal? Yeah, let's see. Yeah, so everything's gonna be like that. Okay, so... Yeah, let's do the Maiden. Okay, so, yeah, you're our Maiden, okay. Introduce yourself. Yeah, okay. Oh. Wait a minute. I feel like I should just... Yeah. Okay, fine. Yeah, I'm just gonna read this, sorry. Alright, so go right here, right? So introduce yourself. You tell the demon your name and explain that you're a Maiden from the village. You tell them that you were thinking maybe you could understand your role better if you were to hurry up and get taken away by a demon already. Yeah, the demon doesn't seem to have really been listening to you, which is a little irritating. They agreed to take you to their master nonetheless, okay? After a long walk to the castle, you're introduced by the Overlord. She squints at you. Turns out she never had plans. Okay. Doesn't seem to like it. Still doesn't make any sense to you. Okay. I'm just reading this because I think this is the same stuff. Yeah. Okay, just go home and stop worrying about Destiny so much. Okay. Yeah, so this. Okay. Yeah, this is the same thing. Okay. Doesn't want to risk giving the humans an excuse to send a hero after them. You realize that must be why. Yeah, okay. She says you can thank her, but yeah, this is the same thing. Okay. Yeah, sorry guys, but right. I just want to see if this is different. Sea view, okay. Yeah, this is the same thing. Okay. As you think of that, a hero enters the room. You're surprised to see him at first until you realize he has been asked to treat you. Confused, the hero asks you what's going on. You explain this situation, yeah, okay. Yeah, so for this, yeah, she lets us leave, okay. He'll be back soon. Okay, this is different. Okay, right. Yeah, I kind of saw this glimpse. Apologies, but right. Near the castle's entrance, you spy a group of suspicious demons congregating. Congregating, yeah. They're talking about assassinating the Overlord. You have to warn her. But the hero shakes his head. He says that if this is the true nature of demons, the world is better off with less of them. This isn't right, you think. What kind of hero passes up the chance to save a life? The demons have taken notice of you. It's now or never. You take off into the castle, and the unreliable hero follows shortly after. You burst into the Overlord's room, all your words spilling out at once. You should probably slow down, but there's no time. The Overlord seems to have followed your frantic explanation, but clearly doesn't understand the urgency of the situation. The underling you recognized from before barges in, calling you a liar. You're surprised they were a part of this evil plot. They seem so nice. The other demons come in right after them, saying the whole thing was the first underling's idea. Oh wow. So they betrayed him. Shoot. Everyone's shouting at each other now. It's really stressing you out. You're relieved when the Overlords demand silence. She threatens them with silence, and you think she is very Overlord-like in this moment. The group of demons hiss at each other before shutting the door, leaving the little one behind. You watch as it pounds on the door in distress. Have they locked you all in? You have a bad feeling about this. Yeah, of course. So they were the ones who set the fire. Okay. And thinking that must have jinxed it, because now this room is engulfed in flames. If only you had ignored those demons before, you and the hero wouldn't have stumbled into this situation. If you had just pretended not to hear them, if you left as you were told, only the Overlord would have been killed. But you couldn't have done that. That path isn't an option for you. You think that no matter what, you'll always strive for the path where everyone survives. It must exist. It simply must. The Overlord seizes her underling. They beg for their life. You pray. You don't know what else to do, so you just pray. The Overlord's claws pierce the underling's chest. They scream an awful scream. Okay. She digs and twists her claws into the poor thing while you continue to pray. That's too, gross to watch, but yeah. I did warn you in the first episode, guys, so shoot. There's gonna be gore and stuff, so yeah. I warned you now, so yeah. But there's no saving of any of you now. You, the Overlord, the hero, and the underling's corpse are consumed by flames. The vow made an end. Well, shoot. Okay, reset the stage. So, nothing has changed, but right. What if... Wait, let's see. Yeah, so let's see. So... Yeah, flee like a coward, okay? Ask if they'll let you in. Destroy the Overlord. Let's see what happens. You lunge forward, driving your blade through the evil Overlord. She screams, then falls silent. The Overlord has been slain. Well, you came all this way and you were talking nice and everything, but no. You smile, offering the maiden your hand. She takes it after slight hesitation. She must be surprised at how strong you are. You escort the maiden home. She's oddly quiet on the trek back to the village. She must be too shy to speak. The villagers are very pleased with what a good job you've done, slaying the Overlord and saving a hostage. They throw a huge celebration in your name. You're remembered for generations as the greatest hero of the village has ever seen. Triumphant hero, and Well, so you just come all the way there just to kill the Overlord. Shoot. Well, I wonder what happens if I'm the maiden. Introduce yourself. Yep, this is as you think of that, the hero enters the room. The hero suddenly dashes towards the Overlord, sword drawn. Huh. Oh, I can protect her. Or do nothing. I'm gonna do nothing for right now. The hero's blade pierces the Overlord, and she lets out a horrible scream. You flinch. The Overlord is slain. The hero smiles and holds out his hand to you, saying it's time to go home. His glove is drenched in blood, or ketchup. Hesitantly, you take his hand. The hero guides you through the castle, past the corpses of his enemies. You try to keep your eyes at your feet. There's ketchup or blood everywhere. You shut your eyes, but even then, you can't escape the smell. All of this was because of you, wasn't it? You exit the castle, and the hero leads you back to the village. Everyone celebrates the hero's great triumph over the demons. You feel sick, but you take part in the festivities regardless. Huh. Complacent? Complacent? Maiden N? Okay, well. So yeah, it's the same thing, but right. Okay, so let's see. Now I want to see what happens if, yeah, I protect her. You selflessly throw yourself in front of the hero's blade, acting as a shield. Oh, well. Huh. It's funny you think. You never could have imagined this would be the way that you die. The roles are all switched around, but it feels right to you somehow. You are glad your destiny turned out to be saving someone rather than being saved yourself. Huh. Okay. As your vision fades, you hope that everything turns out alright for your new friend. Sacrificial Maiden N. Okay. We're getting a bunch of achievements for this. Wow. Okay. Now I want to see from the Overlord's side. Okay. Yeah, give them the day off. Let her stay a while. Okay. Before you even know how to react, he makes his move, and the maiden makes hers. So she's still protecting her, right? Yep. She's used her own body to shield you from the hero's blade. Why? Why has this happened? The maiden falls to the floor, lifeless. As the pool of blood beneath her grows, so does your rage. The hero has taken something precious from this world. You lose control. Oh my. Well, that's not good, but fine. And the hero is obliterated. But your hatred for the humans has not yet been sated. Okay. You go on to destroy them all and become ruler of the entire world. Oh my gosh. So she's just gone evil now. Vengeful Overlord NB. Well then. What happens if I see it from the hero's side? I just want to see. You have to destroy the well, shoot. You lunge forward to put an end to the evil Overlord, but your blade pierces the maiden instead. Ouch. Man, what type of hero are you? Man, what type of a hero am I? Right. She has sacrificed herself to protect this demon. It takes you a moment to recover from the shock. From the shock, the Overlord wails. Why did you do that? You're not sure if the question is directed at you. The Overlord strikes at you with a vengeful rage. You parry, and she is slain. Your sword feels heavy. You look at your hands. You're close. Blood. So much blood. You look to the falling You look to the fallen maiden, wondering what to tell the townspeople. Why would she protect the Overlord? She must have been brainwashed by demonic magic. Oh yeah, sure. Right. We know she wasn't, but right. You pick up the Overlord's head, wrapping it in your cape, and begin your long journey back to town. You will say that you were too late, that nothing could be done for the girl, but the Overlord is slain. There will be celebration. Loyal hero and well, that's not really a good thing, but right. Hmm. Did I do the Overlord already? For this, I don't know. I think I could check here, right? Yep. Okay. It says don't give up. Surely there's a good ending somewhere. Yeah, sure. Okay. Oh. Well then, I didn't know about this, but fine. Oh my. Okay. So what happens if... I wonder. Alright. I just wonder. Let's be the maiden. Shout for a hero to come save you? Yeah, of course not. Oh, right, okay. The demon is put off by your sudden shouting and asks you to keep it down. You apologize. They seem more confused and hostile, which totally catches you off guard. You tell the demon your name and explain that you're a maiden for the village. You tell them you were thinking you could understand your role better. Okay, fine. Yeah, but he's not listening. But he takes you instead. Okay. So, what happens if I just leave? Oh. Wait, what? Well, shoot. I forgot to put him, not heroic. Fine. Okay. Wait, what? Ah, come on. Really? Well. Shoot. What if... Hang on. I know it's with this. It's with this. Right. Says so she... Oh wait, no. I don't want to exit now. She's antisocial. Let's see. Okay, there. The Overlord tells you again that you should get lost. How rude. You just got here. Okay, yeah, sure. Obey her. It says you don't want to cause any trouble, so you figure it's time to go home. Alright? This is new. Along the way, you encounter a hero. He asks you what you're doing. Don't you know the Overlord's castle is like right there? You explain everything that happened. The hero seems to think you're lying to him. He asks if you've been brainwashed by the demons. What nerve! You are very upset that this so-called hero would treat you this way, and leave in a huff. You return to the village alone. Everyone was very worried about you. They surrounded you with 1,000 questions, and you tell them your story. As you explain that the Overlord never had any intentions to harm anyone here, you notice the looks of uncertainty in the crowd. People are whispering things at to each other while you speak to them. You are loudly interrupted by an older man. He rudely calls you a demon sympathizer. Well, you don't know that. Where's your proof? The crowd is growing unruly. You don't understand. You've only told them the truth. Do they not believe you? They haven't gone with you to see from their own eyes, but fine. Everyone begins speculating what must have actually happened. They weave elaborate lies and ask you to prove your innocence. How could you have returned without the aid of a hero? They ask. You could not have possibly escaped the Overlord on your own without harm. You must be conspiring with the demons, trying to trick everyone into believing they aren't the horrible creatures we know them to be. So they say. Have the people of your village always been this blinded by their fears and hatred of things they've never cared to know? You wonder how you missed that before. You are seized by the crowd, well, shoot. And voices from all sides are calling for public execution. You are to be burned at the stake. You don't want to die. You wonder, would it have been better to hide the truth? You don't like the thought of that. You have always lived honestly. So why has this happened? Why are you being punished? You hear the dissenting voices of your family and neighbors, but they, like you, are powerless against the momentum. They can only watch as you burn, and you can only cry for them. You are so sorry. Wow. Executed maiden, and, well, gosh darn it. We'll reset the stage, and at this time... let's see from the hero side. Okay, so skip. Flee like a coward. Okay, on your way to the Overlord's castle, you spot a maiden heading back towards the village. She couldn't have come from the Overlord's castle, could she? This may be the exact maiden you're currently seeking to rescue. You approach her with curiosity. You ask the maiden what she's doing. Doesn't she know the Overlord's castle is like right there? It's dangerous. The maiden explains that she spoke with the Overlord, and it turns out the demons never had any diabolical plans to harm the village or anyone in it. Huh. She can't be trusted. Fine. You aren't sure you should listen to this maiden. You've only taught your whole life that demons are evil. You ask her if she's sure about all this, but she gets very upset when you think she would lie to you. She storms off before you can say anything else. Wow. Okay. You decide to return to the village, certain that she must have been the kidnapped maiden you were sent to rescue. Glad that took care of itself. You take your time walking home. Job well done today, you think to yourself. As you walk past the town square, you notice the whole village is crowded around. Is that the maiden you saw earlier? Oh, great. Well, yeah, she was being burnt at the stake, but from our perspective. Okay. She's bound to a wooden stake. The crowd is in a frenzy. Smoke begins to rise, and you stand idly as flames consume the maiden. She must have done something horrible to deserve that. She seemed nice, though, you think. But evil comes in all forms, you reassure yourself. You decide to call it a day and return to your house, but you can't escape the sinking feeling. Maybe you aren't cut out for this role. Spectator, hero, and A. Well. Okay. So reset the stage. Let's do this again. But this time, we trust her. Yeah, believe her story. You have no reason to assume she's lying to you. Even though her story is kind of hard to believe, you feel you should trust her. You tell her you're pretty surprised that everyone has been wrong about demons all along. The townspeople must be informed of this immediately. The two of you return to the village. They had all been so worried, they praise you for your journey. But the maiden quickly sets the record straight. There was nothing she needed to be rescued from in the first place. The villagers look at you for explanation. You politely inform them it isn't your story to tell. You merely ran into her on the way to the castle. She explains that the Overlord isn't interested in capturing maidens, or anything of the sort. The villagers turn to you again in disbelief. They aren't being subtle in how little they trust this maiden's story. You totally believe her, but to placate these fair citizens, you volunteer to speak to the demons personally, just in case. The crowd breaks into hushed whispers. You're too busy thinking what a great and reliable hero you are to hear what they're saying. Of course, really? The old man, really? The town's elder voice breaks you out of your thoughts. He implores you to meet with the Overlord immediately, and says they'll all keep an eye on the maiden until you return. You figure that sounds alright, but the mood is kinda intense for some reason. Did you miss something? You aren't sure what's going on, but you get the feeling it might be bad to leave the maiden on her own. But she suddenly takes off running. Ah, you thought the two of you were in this together. Her actions have convinced the crowd that she's obviously been a liar and a witch from the start. People are shouting for you to hunt her and her demon friends down already, but that doesn't sound like a very heroic task. You can't help but feel these people are wrong. It's up to you to catch up to her and talk to the demons in order to clear up this misunderstanding. You valiantly dash after the maiden towards the Overlord's castle. The air becomes dark and thick as you enter deep into demon territory. Evil miasma? No, you realize it's just normal smoke. You see the maiden ahead, but she's stopped in her tracks. The Overlord's castle engulfed in flames. Oh. The Overlord's castle engulfed in flames. You had only taken an eye off the maiden for a second, but she's already disappeared. You get closer to the castle, but the smoke is so thick now, you think of turning back. The maiden might need your help, but you could barely see. She could be impossible to find. She could have been lying to you all along. Was this a trap? Would it be worth risking your life on that chance? Your legs feel heavy. No, going in there would be suicide. Oh, great. You'll return to the villagers and tell them there was nothing you could do. You were too late. The maiden was claimed by these demons. Well then, Bystand Hero End A. Wait, let me see. If this was a different ending? Let's see. Yeah, so this was it. Okay, fine. Well, you know what? I think this calls for, I guess, to end it off for this episode, guys. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching again. And well, yeah, if you like the video, yeah, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, alright? It helps the channel a lot for me to do more stuff for you guys like this, alright? So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye, everyone.